Welcome back to the Scottish Football Roundup, bringing you the best of the action from the William Hill Championship, League 1 and League 2. On this week's show, Arbroath show their class in the Championship promotion race, the Blue Toon win big in League 1 in front of the television cameras, and Stranraer secure a huge 3 points in the battle at the bottom of League 2. But first, it's off to Fife for a fiery Friday night derby at East End.
Stewart goes up, Hanlon wins it, and Fraser. That's a nice pass into Stewart, and then away to Todd. Chance here! And the goalkeeper's done brilliantly, they get low to his right. And Chillicothe Mullen gets something on it, and Stewart opens the scoring in the Fife derby. And what was a rather subdued East End Park bursts to life. Now Brown. Rowe returns it to Brown. And he's floated one up towards goal, and it's pushed away. And here is Todd. And he's got away from the defender. It's Todd. And just hooked away. And the follow-up from Fraser. Beaten behind. Of course, for a 7th home win in a row in the Fife derby. Still time though, but it's Dunfermline on the front foot here. Chillicothe Mullen. Fraser, dangerous ball, and there's Kane, who forces it home. And surely now, Dunfermline are on their way to derby victory. Chris Kane off the bench. Into the box, Kane, chase it, Todd, 3-0!
He's offside. What a goal that was as well, by the way. Unfortunately, Andrew Todd is offside. It's tighter than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah.
The league leaders were aiming to get back to winning ways after back-to-back draws in the Championship. They made a positive start in Angus, with Rhys McAleer finding Josh McPake to score just 5 minutes in. St Johnstone were well on top in the early going and on the hunt for a second goal. Morgan Boys picking out Jamie Gullen with a neat ball, Aidan McAdams with a top save. Into the second half, and Saints remained on the front foot, pushing to double their lead. Good work from Uche Ekpiezu to work a shooting angle here, the shot drifting just off target. But Arbroath would grow into the game early in the second period. A well-intercepted pass starting a promising attack on 51 minutes. Finlay Marshall supplying a tidy finish on the angle. And having levelled things up, Arbroath would push for a lead of their own. Tenacious work to win the ball, leading to another attack on 57 minutes. Marshall's shot well saved, but Gavin Riley on hand to fire Arbroath in front. The Lichties would continue to threaten the St Johnstone defence throughout the half and would soon be in again. 62 minutes gone when Marshall held off his marker and picked out the bottom corner. An excellent turnaround from Arbroath, handing St Johnstone their first defeat of the season. Morton travelled to Somerset Park on Saturday afternoon. The Ton with an early free kick which dropped to Cameron Blues, who fired just wide of the mark. Ayr United have been much improved in recent weeks and are playing with plenty of confidence. They applied pressure to the Morton defence on the stroke of half-time. Marco Roos with neat feet and a tidy finish for 1-0. The Romanian keeping cool inside the box and showing his class. Ayr would remain on the front foot after the break. A free kick presenting a chance, with James Storer making an important save. But Morton would pose a threat of their own from a 76th minute corner kick. The ball breaking to defender Cammy Ballantyne, who supplied an excellent finish for 1-1. Late in the game though, Ayr United would be handed a big chance to retake the lead. 85 minutes gone when Ayr were awarded a penalty kick after Zach Delaney handled the ball in the box. Anton Dowd stepped up for Ayr. His penalty brilliantly saved by Storer in the Morton net. But the honest men would pile on the pressure from the resulting throw-in. Morton doing well to initially fend off the home side, but Ayr would come again. Jude Bonner picking out Ben Dempsey, who gave his side the lead on 87 minutes. Ayer's captain leading by example, as the honest men made it 8 unbeaten in the league. Ross County were hoping to pick up their first away win of the league campaign when they travelled to Firhill. Scott Fraser's dipping effort, an easy gather for Joshua Clark. But Thistle would quickly play themselves into danger once again. Loose play at the back, giving Ronan Hale a big chance. Clark again though, on hand to make the save. County continued to create chances in the first period. This one coming from a long ball over the top, with Hale showing his strength, only for Clark to make another big stop, with the Staggies unable to finish on the rebound. Into the second period, and County would continue to ask questions of the Thistle defence. The home side though would defend well and begin to build an attack of their own. An excellent crossfield ball would pick out Logan Chalmers on the left-hand side. He delivered a fantastic cross, which Oisin Smith fired home for 1-0 in the 58th minute. And having taken the lead, Thistle were pushing for a second goal late on. Neat play between Ben Stanley and Alex Samuel creating the next chance. Trevor Carson making an important save to keep it at 1-0. But County didn't have time to find a leveller, as Thistle beat the Staggies for a second time this season. Two sides struggling towards the bottom of the table faced off in the south side of Glasgow. Queen's Park seeing penalty appeals waved away by referee Colin Stephen. It was the home side doing most of the attacking in the early going of this one. Attacker Seb Draws laying on a chance for Carlo Pignaciello, who dragged his effort wide of the mark. A corner kick would present one of Airdrie's first cracks at goal. Sharp passing play working the ball to Cole McKinnon, whose shot was comfortably saved by Callum Ferry. But the best chance of the first half would come to the home side after bustling play from Matty Shields down the left. He set up Grant Savoury, whose shot was well blocked. Into the second half, and Queen's Park would launch an attack after Ferry held an Airdrie header. His long ball sent Tyrese McDonnell on his way, whose effort was beaten away by Matty Connolly. There were chances at both ends in the second period, with Airdrie thinking they'd taken the lead through Aaron Reid late on, only to be denied by the offside flag as it ended goalless in Glasgow. Let's take a look at the William Hill Championship table. Partick Thistle moved to within 3 points of league leader St Johnstone, while wins for Arbroath and Ayr keeps things tight in the playoff places. Now we head to Angus, where Montrose welcomed Hamilton Accies. Accies were looking to continue their recent excellent form in the league when they travelled to Lynx Park. It only took the away side 21 minutes to get going, with Kyle McDonald firing Accies a goal up. But Montrose would have a good chance to equalise after Accies played their way into danger. The home team working the ball into the box, with Andrew Steeves delivering a cross. Graham Webster kept out by strong hands from Jamie Smith. After the break, the home side would go close from a free kick situation. Kerr Waddle heading wide of the mark as it stayed 1-0. But Accies were soon on the front foot again and pushing for number 2. Neat play working the ball wide right with Kevin O'Hara swinging in a cross. Ollie Shaw bulleting home the header on 61 minutes. The away side were excellent in the second half and were soon in on goal again. Into the 70th minute when Shaw turned provider as Stephen Bradley slotted home the third. A difficult afternoon for Montrose would become even more so on 78 minutes. Ross Clark shown a straight red card for a heavy challenge on Bradley. And with the man advantage in their favour, Accies would push for a fourth on 81 minutes. A brilliant corner kick finding Lee Kildare, who volleyed home with conviction. The perfect away performance from John Rankin's side. Cove Rangers came into this one still aiming for their first win of the league campaign. They started on the front foot against Stenhousemuir and would work an early chance from outside the box. Lewis O'Donnell's drive beaten away low by Darren Jamieson. And the home side would continue to pose an attacking threat in the first half. They thought they'd taken the lead in this exchange as David Egbobor found the net, only for it to be ruled out for a handball. The chances kept on coming for Cove Rangers, with the hosts looking the likelier of the two teams to take the lead. This one coming to Ruben McAllister, with Jamieson making the save. But Stenhousemuir would make a positive start to the second half and win a penalty kick on 48 minutes for a trip just inside the Cove box. Matty Aitken took the penalty for the Warriors. His effort finding the net via the inside of the post, as Stenhousemuir made it 3 wins in a row in all competitions. Kelty Hearts made the long trip north to take on Cally Thistle. They made an excellent start in the Highlands, with it taking just 11 minutes for the Maroon Machine to score, as Innes Murray tucked home the opener. And Kelty would be handed a chance to double their lead just 13 minutes later, with referee Jamie Wilkie awarding the away side a penalty for a trip inside the area. Having scored already, Murray would take responsibility. No mistake from him to make it 2-0 in the 24th minute. But having gone 2 behind, Cally would get a lifeline just before half-time. 42 minutes on the clock when a looping corner kick was smashed home by Danny Devine for 2-1. And the home side would go close to grabbing an equaliser before the break. Patient play around the box, with David Wotherspoon setting Oscar McIntyre, whose strike was well kept out by Ryan Adamson. After the break, Cally continued to push in search of that equalising goal. They would pile on the pressure in the 54th minute, with the ball being worked wide to the right to Wotherspoon. His cross finding the head of Chanka Zimba, who made it 2-2. And late in the game, it was Cally Thistle who were pushing for a winner. Their best opportunity to win it coming to Alfie Stewart, who fired just wide as it ended 2 apiece in the Highlands. After a first half of few clear-cut chances, things would liven up in the second period at the Rex. It was Alloa on the attack in the 56th minute, with East Fife doing initially well to repel their opponents, only for a strike to deflect into the path of Luke Rankin, who poked home the opener. But East Fife would have a chance to grab an equalising goal shortly after. The away side winning a penalty kick after Jess Norrie was fouled by Cammy O'Donnell. It was Mikey McKenna to take the spot kick for East Fife. He rolled it into the bottom corner for 1-1 on the hour mark. 2 second half goals seeing the points shared in Clackmannanshire. The BBC Alaba cameras were at Balmoor for this clash in League One. Peterhead being handed a chance to open the scoring early on after Taylor Charters gave away a penalty kick. Charters sliding in and wiping out Andy McCarthy. Up stepped Kieran Shanks for the Blue Toon. A well-taken penalty, with Peterhead a goal up inside 3 minutes. Slack play at the back from Queens would present Peterhead their next big chance. Shanks laying one on for Craig McGuffey, who made it 2-0 on 39 minutes. Into the second half, and the Doonhamers would press to find a way back into the game. Kai Kennedy doing well to work a shooting angle, with Jack Newman denying the winger. But soon enough, it was Peterhead on the front foot again. A 74th minute corner kick finding the head of Jason Brown, who made it 3-0 to the home side. Peterhead picking up their third consecutive win in League One. Now for a look at how things stand in William Hill League One. Accies lead the way, with Stenhousemuir hot on their heels on 20 points apiece, while Peterhead are up to 5th, following their home win over Queens. Now it's off to the Rock, where Dumbarton faced the league leaders. Spartans were hoping to bounce back after a pair of defeats in the league and cup. Just 15 minutes gone at the Rock, when Bradley White fired the away side into a 1-0 lead with a fantastic strike. But Dumbarton would grab an equaliser from a corner in the 35th minute. Leighton McIntosh rising highest to nod home for the Suns. The scores wouldn't remain 1-1 for long though. Spartans would launch another attack on 41 minutes. With Shea Kelly making an initial save, but Cammy Russell nodding the rebound onto Mark McNulty, who made it 2-1. Spartans would continue to threaten the Dumbarton goal after the break. Mark Stow seeing this effort kept out by Kelly in the Suns' net. But the away side would come again and win a penalty kick after a foul from Kai Kirkpatrick. It was Russell to take the penalty for Spartans, his effort rattling the woodwork as it remained 2-1. The away side would continue to create the better opportunities late in the day, with Spartans winning a free kick in a promising position. James Cragen took the free kick, but his effort could only trouble the side netting as it finished 2-1 to Spartans. East Kilbride came into this one aiming for their first league win since late August. They made a brilliant start at K Park, with Connor Young showing neat feet to open the scoring inside 4 minutes. The home team certainly weren't hanging around and were quickly on the attack again. Striker Young collecting the ball and going for goal, doubling the home side's advantage on 7 minutes. East Kilbride were certainly in the mood for goals and looked threatening every time they went forward. Jack Healy being picked out with a crossfield ball and going for goal, with his effort drifting just over. Elgin would begin to show signs of life soon enough as they pressed for a way back into the game. A promising attack, seeing a chance break for Russell Dingwall, with Freddie Owens making a smart save.
Jack can fill in.
31 minutes on the clock when Nathan Flanagan drifted in off the right and picked out the far corner for 3-0.
Wonderful passing. Flanagan hits it. Seaslow. And that's on the East Kilbride this afternoon. Outside.
Into the second half, and Elgin City remained hopeful of igniting a comeback. They worked a good opportunity for Josh Walker in the box, with Owens saving from point-blank range. East Kilbride's Young was hunting a hat-trick in the second half. This free kick well stopped by Tom Ritchie. And Young would have yet another chance to complete his treble as East Kilbride got themselves in behind the Elgin defence on the counter. The striker though, seeing this shot hit the post as it finished 3-0 at K Park.
McManus looking for help here. And it arrives in the form of Ekrapon, Reid and Josh Lane, who does a little bit of fancy footwork there.
No, like Ross Stewart last week.
I thought you said Rod Stewart there. Now Edgar
good.
robs his opponent, edge of the box, steps forward, can he get the ball in? He's kind of stuck at the moment, plays it inside, here's Ekrapon.
Must be!
Again!
Finn Ekrapon going forward.
5th minute of the game, Ekrapon finishes the move. Finn Ekrapon with the free kick. Sends it towards the far side of that box, headed onwards. Toure. Can Edgar turn? Still in there, McManus. And it's in the net!
And it's McManus with number 2.
Danny McManus
The
finishes.
Blues 2 up, Lawrence. In
And,
about 15 minutes. Good.
We've got to try and keep playing the game we have been playing, keep them at distance. Here is Mahan in a bit of space. The hand's got, I don't think he was offside. And that one is spilled rather below, but it does enough to get the ball away. Weir sends that one into the Stranraer half. It's headed on. Stokes goes off in chase. Ruff is in front of Stokes.
Stay in your feet.
James Stokes, he will get the ball played in, and that's dangerous. And City want the penalty, and the referee's not interested. Mahan has it back in the Stranraer box. So City again, that's gone in. Yeah, that goes in, and Brian, that's been coming up to a point, I would say. So free kick for Stranraer, 60th minute. Ekrapon chips it in.
Oh!
Finn
Ekrapon!
What a finish! Finn Ekrapon doubles his goal tally for the day. Gives Stranraer a 3-1 lead on the hour mark. Brian Martin.
I said, Lawrence, it was in a great position for him for that left foot of his, and he absolutely barred it in.
Edinburgh City 1, Stranraer 3.
Yep.
Annan would make a positive start at home to Stirling, with a long throw-in winning the Galabankies a corner kick inside 6 minutes. Wally Gibson's delivery from the right was pinpoint, with Keith Watson heading Annan into the lead. Annan have been excellent in recent weeks, and would soon have a chance to make it 2-0. Charlie Maxwell going through, but being denied by Derek Gaston. And the chances kept on coming for Annan, with the Galabankis desperate to double their leads. A brilliant cross from the left, finding Miles Gaffney, whose header clipped the post. Into the second period, and Annan would continue to go close. Only heroic defending and goalkeeping from Gaston denying the home side on this occasion. But despite having been under the cosh for large periods, Stirling would have a big chance to equalise on 62 minutes. Gio Clark doing well to deny Russell McLean, only for Ryan Shanley to finish on the follow-up. And late in the game, Stirling would have an opportunity to snatch a winner. A long ball being flicked on by McLean, with Dale Hilson's effort going just past the post, as it ended one apiece in Annan. Forfar were aiming for their first league win since September, when they faced an informed Clyde side. The Loons' first real sighter coming through the right boot of Craig Slater, who sent his effort over. Clyde would begin to build a promising attack when Kyle Connell fed the ball wide to James Hilton. Connell being fouled after playing the pass and winning a free kick. The free kick being whipped in towards the box and dropping to Andy Murdoch. Mark McCallum with a brilliant save to keep out the midfielder. Both sides remained firmly on the hunt for the opening goal after the break. Forfar's next real chance dropping to Slater in the box, with the midfielder firing wide of the goal. Clyde would look to build an attack in the Forfar half, but it would break down with the home side launching a counter. Good play down the right-hand side, seeing the ball being cut back to the on-loan Scott Bright in the box. His finish blazing well over the top. No goals in this one, 0-0 the final score at Station Park. And finally, a look at the latest standings in William Hill League 2. Spartans remain 3 points ahead of East Kilbride at the top of the table, while a big win in the capital moves Stranraer 8 clear of Edinburgh City. That's all for this week. Join us next time for the Scottish Football Roundup.